Welcome, fellow travelers. Modmaven here, and I'm happy to bring you a review of this beautiful paradise planet. We're in the Euclid Galaxy in a Viking Tier 3 economy. Glyphs will be shown throughout, so if you like the vibe here and want to come build a base, you can. But do be aware of other bases and their surroundings. We'll check out the characteristics of this planet, as well as some of the other planets in the system. We'll look at the ships and S-Class upgrades up in the space station. And then we'll circle back here and give this one a vibe score. Let's get to it. All right, we'll call on this one Spectral Shift because of the shifting colors as you get closer and further away from things here on our awesome planet here. Guys, honestly, this is one of the best I've found. This is incredible, especially during the day, but then flipping over to night, we've got this green grass, we've got glow grass, bubbles, and check out this filter that happens. So as we're looking at this, we've got blue water, as everybody wants, green grass, again, like everybody wants. It's actually blue sky, but it's just shifting to more of a purple or light kind of overcast kind of look to it in the sky. So everywhere you look here, you see how the colors of those trees are changing even as you get closer and further away. Hey there, guy. So there's all kinds of things going on with all these colors, and at night especially too, it just looks incredible. So let's real quick flip over here to check out our resources. So starbulb, copper, paraffinium, and magnetized ferrite. So pretty good there. Don't have to worry about weather on a true paradise planet or sentinels unless you're going to like a secure building or something like that. So looking good there. All right, let's talk Flora for a second. So we have some oranges and kind of browns and reds, fall colors in some of our colors here that of course kind of changes as we mentioned earlier as the further away you get from them. So as we kind of move closer, you see how it changes, and then the further ones away are kind of getting more into the lighter colors. It's really interesting, especially with these kind of pinkish light ones during the night as they change. We'll see that here in a bit. So just some really interesting flora here that's pretty dense, some decently dense forests here. It's kind of scattered out. There are quite a few of those kind of rock areas that really don't have much flora on them, but depending on your distance here, you kind of get different views, so it's really nice. As we're seeing our green to blue shift there across the plains and rolling hills, I did want to show you some featured fauna here. So this guy is really cool. He kind of matches with the planet here, and some nice kind of blue grays and greens, kind of a crabby floating guy. You can have these as companions and kind of fly around on them as well. As we take in a little bit more of this color shifting landscape, I did want to kind of mention this. This is in Euclid, so if you have been looking for paradise planets for some time, like I have, you will probably recognize some of this color shifting, but it's really more of an Eisentam thing. That's one of the most popular lush galaxies in No Man's Sky, and it really doesn't happen all that much in Euclid, in the starter galaxy where we are right now. And so it's pretty unique to see this, and it's really exciting. I mean, these kind of colors, look at the water right there. That's actually blue, but it's shifting to this kind of magenta pink color. You just look all around you, you just don't see these kind of colors typically in Euclid. Kind of this pinkish, kind of white overcast look, sort of, to the color shifting sky, and the blue to green shift as it comes across. It's just a really pleasant shift of colors across all the spectrum here. So I'll show you a cave real quick here, and then before we head out, we're going to see this at night because it's incredible. All right, here in the cave, I usually leave my light off for this kind of stuff to kind of let the cave speak for itself, so to speak, with its lights and everything. So stalactites, stalagmites, we got some glowing bulbs in here and everything on the ceiling, as well as on the cave floor. A little bit of the outside coming in with this kind of white sand as well, and some glow grass here. That's kind of cool. A little kind of puddle of glow grass around that sand it'll glow at night as well. So if you're in a cave and there's glow grass, it will glow at night along with the stuff outside, even if it doesn't look like it's night in here. So pretty great looking cave here. Not a bad place to set up shop. Pretty cool. Look at this at night. Everybody, look at this. I'm telling you, incredible. I mean, these kind of magenta shift. Look at the bubbles. You see, they're taking on the color of, of course, whatever's behind them. But, as they get higher, they're kind of turning this magenta pink. We got our sky turning magenta with our clouds. We see our green glow grass. It's actually shifting to kind of blue-green, depending on how far away it is. And look at the water, too. As we get closer, we've got these kind of magenta-looking sand. But as we move in closer, of course, everything is kind of shifting to its natural colors, just like during the day. So see, here we go. We're getting back to blue and more of a kind of typical nighttime that that on another planet. But man, I mean, just look at this, and these incredible rock formations that are around too really give it a sense of gravity and kind of gravitas as well, if you will. Just a really amazing at night. I mean, look at all these big bubbles. They're changing colors. They go up. We got ringed planets in the skies. We got jet trails changing colors. I mean, it's just beautiful. Awesome. All right, as we're flying in to check out our topography, gives you a little bit kind of a bird's eye view here of our violet, and then we're going to switch. So we got green grass and blue water, right? Green grass and blue water as we're coming in. Looking good, looking good. Wait a second. Whoa. Uh-huh. There's our shift. There's our there's our kind of filter there as we come in. Just awesome. So as I said, we've got some of these big flat areas that are just kind of rocky, lots and lots of water broken up by the land. Some really great places to build, of course. Maybe you want to throw a base on top of a little floating island, but I would recommend getting in between maybe one of these areas like this, where you're kind of in between these overhanging areas with maybe some water, maybe some different trees and stuff, maybe through there. I mean, some really cool places to build, where you get to see the color shift in all the flora and everything, and you get to see the kind of water close and at a distance. Just some really great options here for building some really great creative opportunities. All right, out here in space, wanted to check out the other planets in this system, and this is our featured planet for this one. I'll put up screenshots of these as we kind of talk about them here. So this is an airless planet, and this one has low gravity, and it has the whispering eggs. So this is a great way to actually get nanites. So if you break open those whispering eggs, you'll get some larval cores. Of course, you're going to get the biological horrors that spawn up out of the ground and try to kill you, and they pack a punch, so watch out for that. But because of the low gravity, you can actually kind of jump around the planet and get away from them pretty easily. So just make sure to grab those larval cores before they disappear. They only last a few seconds, but grab those and throw them in a refiner, and they'll refine right down to nanites. So I think that's 50 nanites a piece. So it's a pretty nice way to get some nanites, just jumping around the planet and doing that. So that's our featured planet for this one, this airless planet here. Apart from that, we also have an acidic planet, and then we have a blighted planet. This one's kind of cool. It has a pretty nice devil cat. I'll show that in the screenshot, and some mega mushrooms. The glacial one has a bunch of gravitino balls, but really aggressive sentinels, so probably steer clear of that one. And then there's a hot planet as our final planet. That one's got some pretty cool mega flower bud looking things on there that are pretty cool. Alright, let's talk ships in this system. I have reloaded next to my ship, which is this fighter right over here, and let some of these first wave come in so we can check out this explorer here. So because we're in a Viking dominant economy, we're going to have 7 different fighters here. So these are configurations of ships, things like the wings like that and the colors and the different things like that. So for this one we're going to have 7 different configurations of fighters, 3 haulers, and 3 different explorers, that being one of them right there. And I did want to highlight a couple of those. There is an explorer that's a base white with orange, I'll put up a screenshot of, and then a couple fighters. There's a stubby that looks really nice, I'll put up with kind of a mint green accent, and then another fighter jet kind of shuttle look that is kind of a pale green with a dorsal fin as well that I'll put up there for you. So along with those, we're going to have 7 shuttles, just like we do in any system like these here, and then we're going to have 1 exotic. There is 1 exotic in every system. I was not able to find it for this one, but you can certainly come check it out and find it for yourself. Alright, as more ships come in and out here, let's talk S-Class upgrades. So these are the S-Class upgrades that are available over on the left at the vendors as you come in here to the space station. I wanted to put these up on the screen here. You can pause if you need to, but I did want to point out the exosuit upgrades for this one. So all these are S-Class. You have the shield, thermal protection from cold, radiation protection from, and then underwater protection. So not too bad there. And you can check out the rest of the S-Class upgrades there on the screen. But I did want to point out the multi-tool. So for this one, this is an A-Class cabinet. So you can reload on the different planets here and get different multi-tools. But if you go with the default, it's a 24-slot A-Class. So it's all the slots you can have on one. It is an A, not an S, but it's still a pretty nice yellow and blue rifle. So I'll put up a screenshot of that. And actually, I'm going to shift over here. This is the Explorer we were talking about before, right here on screen. So pretty nice little Explorer there. Also, for your multi-tool, you're going to have the Bolt Caster and Scatter Blaster upgrades if you need those. Also for sail, you do have Star Silk. I don't usually mention this, but this is nice to have. If you're going to be putting any furniture in your bases, you can usually just buy a bunch of it at one of these and be good for quite a while, but just wanted to let you know it is produced here and it's a little bit cheaper than you'd find it somewhere else. Alright, we're going to leave this guy to whatever he's doing. Squish selling? I don't know. And we're going to head down to the planet and give this one a vibe score. See you down there. Alright, now it's time to give this planet a vibe score. The vibe score is just a subjective measurement of kind of how it makes me feel just to hang out and vibe for a while. This one is spectacular. I mean, we've talked about it before, but I mean, check this out. I mean, you've got your glow grass that kind of fades to blue depending on the distance. We've got blue water that fades to kind of magenta, purple color. We've got this kind of like whitish violet sky because of that color shift all the time. Color shift in the trees. The bubbles will change color as they go up and down depending on the shift, especially at night that we saw earlier. It's just stunning at night with the magenta kind of look over everything in the distance. I mean, this one's incredible. You know, I don't normally hand these out, but short of having something like a Diplo or an amazing creature like that, we're going to give this one a 9 out of 10. With that, I'd like to thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe to catch that vibe. And if you stuck around this long, why don't you check out my coffee link down there? Buy me a coffee. Thanks, everybody.